Ready, set, glow. That is what I was thinking when I found this guy for $5 last weekend. It was Skylanders Day at GameStop, of course, the big deal. You pre-order the Dark Edition of Skylanders Imaginators, you get the Chaos book. I didn't do it because the store I was in did not have any copies of the Chaos book, even though they showed to have 3. Plus, I'm kind of holding out for E3. I want to make sure there's no Sky Amiibo announcement or some other partnership or crazy unexpected thing that would then make me, go in and change my pre-order in some manner. So we'll find out Tuesday, I think, if anything goes down. So if it does, I will proceed accordingly. If it does not, I will proceed accordingly. So that said, $5, man, what a steal that is. This is the first time I had ever actually seen Astro Blast in his standard form in a single pack. Now, the way that you would ordinarily get Astro Blast, he's part of the Sky Race action pack. It would have, of course, the figure, it would have the standard Sunrunner, it would have the Wolfgang trophy, unlock the new tracks, etc., etc. And the problem I have, of course, I picked up Legendary Astro Blast and the Legendary Sunrunner, and it's really... well, I'm at a point where storage is at a premium. I don't really have space for stuff anymore. And similarly, it's a situation where that's a lot of money. $35 to get basically the same thing in a reconfigure. Again, that was the only way to do it, yada yada. So I held out. There have been times, for those of you that are in the same position or pinching pennies or trying to be thrifty, there have been several times I have seen the standard, Sky Race action pack with this guy and the plain Sunrunner for about $9. It's been on Amazon, so keep your eyes open if you want to go that route. But for me, I'm at a point with SuperChargers. I had this same fear in Trap Team. That's why at E3, between Swap Force and Trap Team, I was that guy when they're like, isn't it cool you can trap villains and play as them? I was like, okay, so do they get their own figure? And it was like, no, they're in a trap. And I had this fear with the traps, and it's sort of the same way with the vehicles. I just feel like it's going to be really, really cool in SuperChargers, and then not so much. I can take Thrillipede and always play as him and have a good time, but what about Buzzwing? Will it have any function at all moving forward? If it does in Imaginators, will it have anything past that? We just don't know. And so I was actually pushing for, everyone was raving about Pinata, even though I was like, Wolfgang, and I wanted the villain figures. And we now get those in Imaginators, but case in point, it's very difficult to come in and purchase the vehicle. I'm cool with the second Astro Blast. I can have both pass active at the, flip of a figure. Granted, with Skylander Tutor, you can switch them out, but... this is what I like having the extras for. Dark Stealth Elf, Legendary Jetvac again, Excited Thrillipede. They give you the ability to not have 2 of the exact same figures of Stormblade and have both pass available if they're like one of your favorite characters or if you're into that sort of a thing. So, I have to say I do like the aesthetics of this guy better. We're going to unbox him, but I mean, look at that. $12.99 standard price, and we got it for $5. That's pretty good deal. That's like lower than used pricing. So, could not argue with that. Also got the Soda Skimmer, which looks fantastic. We unboxed that earlier. But this is Astro Blast. Ready, Set, Glow is his slogan. Again, he is a Light Element Skylander. That's another reason I was drawn to go ahead and pick him up. The light and the dark, you don't really have very many of them at this point. Kind of seems worthwhile picking up, particularly the standard form, for frick's sake, right? So we're going to flip this over. And again, this truly was the first time I'd ever seen it in standard form as a standalone figure. So if you're in the same boat, keep your eyes out if you want to proceed in that direction. There's our inset box art, new powers and weapons, ability to customize vehicles. When you take Astro Blast and you combine him with his signature vehicle, the Sunrunner, you get the supercharged Sunrunner. Now the good news is, if you're in my boat and maybe you sprung for the legendary version, this guy will supercharge just the same way with the legendary Sunrunner. So, other promoted guys, we've got Thrillipede, Astro Blast, Big Bubble Pop Fizz, and Stormblade. So, let's go ahead and slice this guy open, check him out, do a comparable with his standard form, and see which one we like better. Alright. There we go. Again, let me know in the comment section if you've actually seen the standalone figure. I'm kind of curious, but right there, that is the stat card and the sticker sheet, which is bent. That is not something we did. That's how it was packed, unfortunately. But pretty cool artwork there. I think he looks pretty sweet. Sort of like a quartz prismatic effect there. 175 on the power, 150 on the armor, 165 agility, 210 luck, and there's the name tag. Do with that what you will. Let's go ahead now. If you're going to cut this out, you know, for your collections, organization, whatever you may do, cut the tape first. Me, I don't care, so I just bend it back recklessly. What I am careful with is the figure. We've got the back blister pack portion rolled down. When I come in, grab him by the base and manipulate the plastic of the packaging, not the figure. So he is free, and here he is. He doesn't look super good on camera, but he looks pretty cool in person. There's really not another Skylander that has this like clear translucent head effect going, so that in itself is pretty cool. This also looks much more like a spacesuit than it does on Legendary, so that's another added bonus. But the color scheme here, it's a very, very glitter-esque paint. This is like a white pearlescent paint, and then you'll note there's sort of just like a I don't even know what to call that. The Rift engine is kind of like the traditional copper color you're used to seeing. This is almost like a yellow gold, I guess would be the best thing to call that, with a big shot of glitter. Cool thing here, note on the gun, we actually have the Light Element logo. It almost looks metallic, doesn't it? I think it's just because there's a bit of like flake or glitter inside that translucent piece, so it really makes that silver pop, because it is just a flat paint actually. Same thing on this side. Right there you sort of got like the quartz pack again. Nice detail here. The wristbands, sort of where the gloves would pull up over the wrist. Shoulder pads have some silver, elbow pads if you will. Sort of that yellow gold, and of course he's got padding on the gloves as well. Something I noticed, well, there's actually a glitter translucent color with the Light Elements base too, so we'll go ahead and cover that. You can see bits and pieces of it there. This is interesting though. This foot is totally off the Rift engine, right? You can see that. This is the valve cover. You got 3 slots, if you will. Note his boot. It's got the same texture as this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps, 4 slots. They've actually added a pedestal here, I assume to secure him really well, since he has 1 foot up in the air. So that's a cool detail. Sort of pops more on this figure. Let's go ahead now. We'll save it. So again, Astro Blast, slogan, ready, set, glow. His max health, 180. Speed, 35. Armor, 18. Critical hit, 6. Elemental power, 25. Bio here for Astro Blast. While on a secret mission in Troll territory, Astro Blast crash-landed on a remote island where he stumbled upon an ancient relic not seen in thousands of years. A legendary Rift engine. These magical machines were believed to have the power to travel through the portals between Skylands and other worlds. Shortly after the discovery, an army of trolls appeared on a nearby canyon ridge and quickly charged toward Astro Blast. Knowing that the Rift engine would be very dangerous in the wrong hands, he pulled out his pulse laser and prepared to defend the relic against the incoming horde. After an epic shootout, the trolls fled in defeat. When Astro Blast then brought the relic back to the ship, the Sunrunner, it surged with power and a hologram of Master Eon appeared. Eon thanked him for saving the Rift engine and beckoned him to return it to the Skylander Academy. Astro Blast accepted the invitation and was made a Skylander shortly thereafter. So, a very cool background there. Again, if you're curious about his upgrades, what he looks like in the game, we'll get his introduction done soon. The upgrades, however, you can already see by way of Legendary Astro Blast. We've taken both paths here. Again, I'm a huge fan of the Legendary figures in terms of what they do in-game. The additional stats, attributes, all that is great. The aesthetics, it's hit and miss. And while this actually doesn't look too terribly bad, this, in my opinion, is more at home for Astro Blast. Like, you don't see this and think, oh, that's a Light Element guy. You'd be like, well, it's like a legendary ghost hunter, so he's probably undead. You know, if you didn't have an element or any knowledge of him. This, though, you're like, ooh, yeah, Light Element for sure. So it's sort of the contrast. I mean, it's amazing what a little bit of paint can do, right? It almost looks more dark and sinister than this guy. So here they are side by side again. Aesthetically, standard. In-game, legendary. That's just how I roll. Now, the best course of action I could hope for is somebody goes into GameStop and they trade in a standard Sunrunner and they put a price tag of like hopefully under $5 on it, and I pick it up. Otherwise, I don't know, because I've got this one, and like I said, with it not being available as a standalone vehicle just yet and having to purchase the entire Sky Race action pack, that's a lot of money. And again, the vehicles are kind of my holdup. I love them. I think they're cool. I enjoy racing them. I enjoy looking at them. I like them being in superchargers, but moving forward, I don't know what kind of a shelf life they're going to have, whereas this guy will likely always be playable. Will this eventually just like give me coins or unlock something or be like, you've added item number 79 or 790 of 10,000 to your collection? You know, so we'll have to wait and see. But if you were in my boat, maybe you pick these guys up, you're like, man, I really like Astro Blast, or, you know, I kind of would like that plain figure instead of my legendary. This guy's available in single pack form. You can get it cheap if you wait around, if you play your cards right. So take advantage of the sales, make it happen. Good things come to those who wait. And I'm way happier spending $5 to get this guy as opposed to like $40 at Toys R Us once tax is collected. So worked out well for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing. If so, make sure to like the video. It does actually help to promote and help the channel grow, which is what we need to do, because I'm faced against a ton of people that take third-party partnerships and promote over my channel. So your support is always appreciated. Let's see here. Our catchphrase, if you include hashtag Astroblast in your comment, it can be standalone or whatever you're going to say plus hashtag Astroblast, I will get you a special brick in the Wall of Wiisdom that can be found in my Wiisdom Plays Minecraft series. I'm building a wall with your help. You can become a Scholar of Wiisdom. More information on that below. Some videos that we do will have an opportunity for a bonus brick. That is what hashtag Astroblast will be. So subscribe if you have not. It'll keep you up with all the latest. I actually have some unboxings coming up. I should be getting a shipment Tuesday. Not gonna tell you what, and you'll just have to wait and see, but we should have a steady stream of them rolling out provided I get the time to do them. So be on the lookout for that if that's what you enjoy on the channel. If you're super into Skylanders, check out SkylanderClub.com. I created the site, I made the forum, I run it myself. I made it for people like you, the hardcore, enthusiastic fans that kind of play it with hopefully, you know, knowledge and intellect on your side. Not just screaming into the camera with a giant face cam that takes up 80% of your screen. So if you are a hardcore collector or player looking for insights and analysis of the game, we got a lot of like-minded people there at SkylanderClub.com. Check it out, sign up. I would love to have you join us. Make sure you follow me on Twitch and Twitter. You can like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. My personal website is oneofwiisdom.com. Check it out as well. But for myself and the pretty sweet-looking Astro Blast, thanks so much for watching. This is a figure I want to hit again. I think he actually will look better in-game than he does on the figure, and the figure looks better in person than on camera. But we got the strategy guide right here. That gives you an idea of what in-game Astro Blast will look like. Again, you can do things with color, you know, variations and shading that just pop a little better than a static figure. So that's it. I'm excited to get him introduced, see what he looks like. We'll have both paths available to us at the drop of a hat, which will be awesome. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you back here for more Skylanders action.